Welcome to Westland Review. I'm Mayor Michael P. Londeau, and in this program, I will be bringing you recaps of the flurry of activity that we have seen in Westland over the last few months. My first order of business after taking office was sitting down with all of the directors to make sure that everybody was on the same page and letting them know about my plan for some key services, which I will talk more about later in the program. I also felt that it was important to give the directors the tools they need to be successful and keep their departments productive, happy, and healthy. One way that was done was to set up a special training session for all of our department heads and supervisory employees. Under the guidance of Chief Daryl Stamper, the entire Fire Marshal Division, including Arson Dog Bella, led the group in CPR and AED training. Over 2 days in the Grand Ballroom of City Hall, we all learned these life-saving techniques and were able to bond together as a team. Everyone who completed the course is now certified in CPR and is equipped to handle a variety of emergencies until first responders can arrive on scene. Shortly after I became mayor, the city of Westland was hit right away with a winter storm and multiple water main breaks. As usual, the Department of Public Service handled it all quickly and efficiently. They were able to make sure the streets were clear of snow and ice so that residents and visitors to our city could travel safely. Another winter hazard is water main breaks, and our DPS crews were on top of that situation as well. I got a chance to be on site for one of these incidents and was able to see all the work that goes into getting everything back to working order, even in tough weather conditions. That storm was just the first of several winter, wind, and ice storms that hit our area. Unfortunately, many of our residents were left without power during and after these storms. The scope and duration of the outages was enough that I thought it was necessary to team up with our public safety departments and Wayne County Executive Warren Evans and his team to personally go out and do welfare checks. We visited residents who were having a difficult time dealing with cleanup and the lack of power and offered assistance. Of course, once again, our awesome DPS crews were canvassing neighborhoods and taking care of the many tree limbs and branches that came down during these storms. This was not just a Westland issue, although we were hit very hard with thousands of our residents being affected. Once again, region-wide power outages put DTE at the forefront. Here at Westland City Hall, we played host to Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib for a town hall meeting. The evening focused on holding DTE accountable for the number of outages, the time it takes to get people back online, and the much-needed upgrades to the system infrastructure. As many residents moved into spring cleaning mode after the storms, we held an event in April that helped get them started. Our IT department took the lead in a free Earth Day electronics recycling event. Hundreds of people brought old computers, cell phones, printers, and other e-waste to be properly disposed of. This was just one part of our Earth Day celebration. We also held an event at Wildwood Elementary School where we handed out the 2023 Environmental Champion Awards and unveiled some very cool park benches. And for those of you whose spring cleaning included more than your old electronics, I'm pleased to let you know that we are working very diligently to improve our bulk trash pickup program. We heard from residents that the program was clunky, not user-friendly, and often ineffective. I have been working closely with the leaders of our Public Service Department and Priority Waste to streamline that system. Some changes have already been made and more are on the way, so stay tuned. Speaking of DPS, for years, residents have been asking us to re-implement the curbside leaf pickup program. To truly gauge the interest level and to ask for suggestions on how a new program would look, we asked for resident input, and boy did you not disappoint. Westland residents received a letter in the mail along with a survey to fill out and return. We also created an online version that was available on our website. In just a few short weeks, over 5,000 people responded to our survey. Not surprisingly, over 91% were in support of a curbside leaf pickup program. Curbside leaf pickup and the bulk trash pickup were a couple of the key services that I outlined right away when I took office. Another was an unprecedented neighborhood sidewalk program. Now that we are into the spring season, you will be seeing DPS crews in the neighborhoods more than ever before. They are now in the process of evaluating all of the sidewalks to identify any and all areas that are in need of repair or replacing. Once that is completed, the work will be done with no extra cost to homeowners. This is thanks to the $5 million that has been budgeted for the Neighborhood Makeover Program over the next 5 years to fund this program. The City of Westland strives to be business friendly. After all, a healthy and vibrant business community is key to the overall economic health of any city. Here in Westland, our business community seems to be continually growing and improving. We recently celebrated grand openings with some incredible new businesses on our Ford Road corridor. I had the pleasure of presiding over my first ribbon cutting as mayor when Tommy's Express Car Wash held their grand opening. Between Tommy's and the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill that opened up right next door, the corner of Newburgh and Ford is a happening spot in Westland right now. We also welcomed Iroquois Assembly System to one of our industrial parks. This world-class automotive supplier took over an empty 40,000 square foot facility and added 60 new jobs into Westland's workforce. This is in addition to the many businesses who have made the commitment to stay in Westland and have reinvested in our city. This includes the Village of Westland, who recently unveiled the first phase of their major expansion and renovation project. We were treated to a tour of the changes that represent $2.3 million of a much larger $50 million investment in their campus at 32001 Cherry Hill, just west of Merriman. And when we talk about businesses choosing to stay in Westland, it isn't just talk. We have a number of fantastic companies who have called our city home for a very long time. Just recently, we helped one of them celebrate their 30-year anniversary. For 3 decades, Ace Animal Hospital has been helping keeping pets safe and healthy. Their staff always goes above and beyond to help all kinds of animals and give pet owners peace of mind knowing their furry friends are in good hands. They are just one of the many small businesses that we celebrated recently during Small Business Week. It's these small, locally owned and operated businesses that make up half of America's workforce. Many of our Westland small businesses also routinely give back to the community, and that is why it's so important that we make an effort to support them with our dollars whenever possible. Small Business Week began on April 26th, but we can always support them by remembering to shop small and shop local. In an effort to spur more new development, our new Commercial Area Revitalization Program is created. This program makes it possible for the City of Westland to step in to take care of blighted properties, making them more attractive to new business. Our team was able to take care of some long vacant and blighted properties, much to the delight of residents. We were able to demolish the once iconic former Lee Wright's restaurant site on Wayne Road and also the long-closed Nankin Mill Tavern. Both of these projects were done at no cost to the city since the demolition is added to the tax bill and will be paid for by the landowner. We are just getting started with this program and there is much more to come. I have been working with the City Council to clean up our commercial corridor, and very soon we will have some big news to share, so stay tuned. When Mayor Weil left office after 16 years, there were some projects in the works that are still continuing. This includes some recreation improvements. To start, the Play Planet play structure from Tatton Park has been disassembled and is in the process of being relocated bolt by bolt to the grounds of the Lincoln Johnson Field in the historic Norwayne District. Taking its place will be the Mission to Mars play structure. This brand new, state-of-the-art play area will be completely accessible to kids of all abilities. This will be the first completely accessible play structure within the City of Westland and will be full of happy kids all summer long. Lastly, there are plans in place to create a city center park on the former Service Merchandise property that has been vacant for several years. This proposal looks to bring a programmable community gathering space park which will provide opportunity for future development and provide an anchor for new and existing businesses while providing an amenity for residents and visitors that encourages them to connect with the community. Speaking of parks, many of you will be pleased to know that plans continue to complete the remediation of the pond at Central City Park. This once well-loved destination has been fenced off for years because of safety concerns. The work is now nearly complete, and very soon, people of all ages will be able to sit and enjoy this popular water feature of the park. Providing areas and equipment for recreation is important to me, as it is a way to meet the needs of our younger generation of residents. I'm equally interested in making sure our senior residents are well cared for. That's why I was happy to assist in the Commodities Food Distribution Program at Taylor Towers. This helps to provide our low-income residents with much-needed nutritional food items at no cost. Working closely with our Housing and Community Development Department, we were able to reach out to eligible residents and make sure they received all that they are entitled to. The City of Westland has also been working on ways to keep our four-legged canine residents happy and healthy. Back in March, we held our 5th annual Dog Vaccination Day at the Wayne Ford Civic League. Over 200 residents were able to bring their pets out and get 4 shots for a fraction of the price they would have to pay at a veterinary clinic. And thanks to the generosity of the Civic League, our Westland veterans had all of their costs covered for them. The puppy perks don't stop there. We are very close to opening our first city-run dog park. The Westland Rotary Canine Corral has separate areas for large and small dogs with plenty of agility equipment to give them lots of exercise in a safe, enclosed area. We recently had a cleanup day to the park to invite volunteers to get a sneak peek at the facility and help to get the area ready for our opening, which is scheduled for Memorial Day weekend. The same day of the Canine Corral cleanup was an exciting one for all of our Little Leaguers. The Westland Youth Athletic Association held their opening day festivities at J.C. Park. Hundreds of players, parents, and fans showed up to make the day special. Of course, our Parks and Recreation Director Kyle Mulligan was on hand to show our support.
Well, thank you very much, and we are here today at J.C. Park for the Westland Youth Athletic Association opening day first pitch ceremony. I'm here with Lisa Osborne. She is the baseball director for the WIAA. Got a lot of great stuff coming at you. We've got a food truck with some Kona Ice. We got about 300 plus kids behind me with 19 total teams. Lisa's going to give a little bit of detail as to exactly what's going on here on this beautiful Saturday. Lisa, what are we doing today?
Well, today is opening day for the 2023 season. Today we're going to have kids doing a home run derby, just making it a family fun day for all the kids, and we look forward to the season. I'm really excited about it, so thank you.
And if you live anywhere near Wayne Road and take your dog for a walk, you will soon notice some major lighting improvements. From Glenwood to Warren Road, there will be new decorative, high-efficiency LED fixtures. And the existing fixtures from Warren to Joy are being upgraded to LEDs. So walkers, cyclists, runners, and drivers will all be treated to better visibility, which leads to safer travel for everyone. All of these projects don't happen in a vacuum. There has to be a plan to make it happen and a way to pay for it all. I have been working closely with our finance and budget department since day one to create a 3-year balanced budget proposal, which was submitted to the City Council at the end of March. The budget includes many projects, programs, and improvements. This year's budget also includes some major infrastructure upgrades, including 56 major and local road projects within 15 neighborhoods in all areas of our city. This represents nearly $5 million of the proposed budget. There is also another $1 million going to the creation of a specialized sewer inspection team to improve our overall system and operations. This will also lead to alleviating many of the basement flooding issues that some residents have been experiencing over the years. There will also be projects to improve the city's 611 miles of the water and sewer system, which includes 6 neighborhoods and 40 roads. You can take a look at the entire budget on our website, cityofwestland.com. So as you can see, we have been very busy since January. One person that's had a lot on his plate this year is our Chief Diversity Officer, C. Pascal Easy. In the first quarter of 2023, he has already hosted or presented several significant events. In February, Westland City Hall was the host for DEI Conversations, which brought in some very well-respected diversity, equity, and inclusion experts from Ohio to share ideas and experiences. Pascal was also the featured speaker at a recent Chamber of Commerce meeting where he shared how equity and inclusion are good for business. During this lunch and learn held at Westland City Hall, Pascal discussed data and shared stories that show how different segments of the community prefer to work or spend dollars with businesses that prioritize equity and inclusion. One group that we certainly want to include in all of our plans as a city is the next generation. Our leaders of tomorrow need to feel that they are part of our community and that they matter. That's the message I shared with a group of 3rd and 4th graders at Elliott Elementary back in April. I signed up to be a guest reader and then stuck around to answer some questions from the students. I also had the opportunity to work very closely with a great young man named Maverick Tucker. He had the pleasure of being sworn in as mayor for a day and got a unique look into life at City Hall. It was a great day that included a small cabinet meeting that Mayor Tucker led, and then he got tours of City Hall and the Fire Station #1. Then, on National Bring Your Child to Work Day, we played host to a bunch of future leaders from toddlers to teens. City employees brought their kids to work to see just what mom and dad do when they leave every morning. They all got tours of City Hall and got to meet people in every department and find out what they do. Special thanks to Chief Human Resources Officer Stephanie Field and all of our employees who made this day happen. In addition to overseeing the day-to-day operations of running the city, I have taken opportunities to build new and close relationships with other leaders locally and throughout our region. The results of these meetings will lead to many joint programs and benefits for all of our residents. No matter what part of Westland you live in, what school district your kids attend, or what your age and income levels are. I am working hard to make sure Westland has everything needed to make it a safe, vibrant community that we can all be proud to call home. Thank you for joining me for my first edition of Westland Review. I will be back very soon to update you on more great events that happen in our city and give you some details on exciting future projects, including a new Fire Station #2 and an updated training center. As always, thank you so much for watching.